Welcome to the SOAR Show. I'm Kathleen.
Hey, I'm Sheila.
And I'm Carrie, and today we're going to talk all about lines. I know that sounds weird, but lines mean something. So we'll get to that, but what's our words of the day?
Yeah, my word is excellence. You know, a lot of times we talk about excellence versus perfection. I don't think there's such a thing as perfection. I really don't. It's good to strive for it. But why not just strive for excellence? Because if you're striving for excellence, I think that's kind of the pinnacle of whether it's work or a craft you're working on, a project you're working on. Just strive for excellence.
I think that's right.
That's easier than perfection because none of us are perfect. Well, very few of us are perfect.
But excellent to me is close to perfection, and that's like
True.
shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars.
Exactly.
Certainly don't shoot for mediocre.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Word. We strive for our excellent shows.
So,
Yes.
there you go.
And we fall maybe around mediocre, but we're getting there. Anyway, what's your word?
My word is volunteer. So do you want your world to be excellent? We all have to pitch in to make it a better world, right? So I do a lot of volunteer work. I know y'all do as well.
Well, you do really, for sure. I can't.
Yeah.
Lots more than I do.
More than I do.
Well, maybe I have more time than y'all. Y'all are very busy. But I try to make the world a better place. I want my world to be excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So I volunteer. I encourage everyone else to volunteer. Find your passion. There's lots of opportunities in every area. Give back to the community. Give back to the world.
That.
Yeah.
You're good at that.
There's actually a lot to be said about that because when you're volunteering and you're helping others, it takes the focus off of you and places it on someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a very healthy thing to do.
You know, and if you're working in a field, you know, if you have a job that you don't love, volunteer in something that you love. People will be amazed at how many paying opportunities come out of volunteer work. When you're doing something that's your passion, you may find yourself in a new career path.
That's true, but it's a good point whether you get paid or change careers or not, to fill the voids in your life with things you do love. I know I try to do that with music and things like that. I love real estate, but wow, my hobbies are super important too.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
we're
are things you're
volunteering right
passionate
now to bring this
We're volunteering
podcast
to
to the
you
community.
to bring you this amazing,
Excellent.
amazing talk show.
SOAR show, that's right.
SOAR show. My word is uHaul, and that sounds so weird. Y'all have these great words, and mine's uHaul. And maybe it falls along with all this healthy talk. I passed a uHaul truck along the way today, and I just kind of got overwhelmed looking at the stuff that must be in the back of it. And I was just like, no, we all haul too much around inside of us.
We do.
We got to stop U-hauling.
That's right.
Stop U-hauling.
Yeah, you're right. Emotional baggage will it will destroy you if you allow it to. You're exactly right.
Lighten your load.
Great analogy.
This is so weird, but I'm weird. Stay weird. But when I was thinking about the truck and all the stuff in it, I literally got this vision that more value was in the rocks that the wheels were picking up. Because those were new things, new little tidbits along the way when all the past junk could probably be left behind.
It always amazes me in real estate that people will hang on to 10-year-old sofas. I'm like, you can buy a new sofa for what you pay for the U-Haul.
No kidding. Or they will buy a house because a bed will fit in this room. And I'm like, get a different bed. The house is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
oh, that's so true. And you know, I just have to say this about you. That is why you're an amazing songwriter. Because you don't see just a U-Haul. You see the tires with rocks embedded in them that are fresher and newer than what's packed inside. Who does that? That's the creative brain.
It's still weird, but all I could see was the tires picking up pedals, and I wanted the pedal more than I wanted whatever was in the truck. But
Great analogy.
yeah.
Good words.
Do we have a fun fact to go along with all this?
We do, and this fun fact is on behalf of my friend here, Kathleen.
yay.
She probably knows it because she's definitely a cat person. She raises beautiful cats.
Let's hear what it is.
Yeah, let's hear what it is. So, did you know that cheetahs are the only cats that cannot retract their claws?
I did not know that.
Wait,
There
what does
you
that
go.
mean?
Fun fact.
Retract their claws.
Well, you know how cats can bring their claws in or out.
Oh, I'm not a cat person. Never owned a cat. I didn't know that. So if they
Interesting.
want to be soft, they can pull their.
That's exactly right.
Except for the cheetah.
Except for the cheetah. The cheetah's claws, and you know that probably is for hunting prey, eating purposes. I'm sure.
They climb trees. So.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
You know
So,
what? We were
that's
just
interesting.
watching Jack Hanna.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and his wife, and they were, and the guy was like, "Look, right up here, there's going to be a cheetah sleeping in the tree," and they would have never seen it. It blended, It's beautiful. Yeah, really pretty. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a current event today?
We have a current event, and Rebecca's not with us, so I tied the current event into our health tip.
Perfect.
And we were talking about Chadwick Boseman, who passed away last week on Jackie Robinson Day, who was a wonderful actor who actually starred in the Jackie Robinson movie. But that's our health tip also, colorectal cancer. I've learned so much, and I'm sure everyone who's been watching the news has kind of heard the huge increase in colorectal cancer. It used to be an old person's disease, but it's become, the 40s and 50s, it's very curable if you catch it early.
That's it.
But it's the second most deadly form of cancer behind lung cancer. So our health tip is go to your screening. We get sensitive about the test and the exam for your colon and colonoscopies and things like that. But y'all, it's so important. It's a 90% survival rate if you catch it early.
It is important.
Mm-hmm.
Extra 850, right?
Even earlier than that.
Even earlier, okay.
I mean, I think they were saying 45 on the news now, start getting, and then.
Well, look, he's
Well,
only
and if it's in the
43.
family
Yeah.
too, if it's in the family, more
Family,
so.
and then the obesity, of course, all the things that cause cancer, obesity, smoking, overuse of alcohol, those are risk factors. But
So
Speaking of, this is delicious cranberry juice they have here at Champy's. You can come try that.
it is.
Yeah.
So I have just a little quick story, and I won't dwell on this too much, but my very best friend from the time we were 12 years old, Beverly, hi Beverly, she had so much vacation time left. If she didn't use it, she was going to lose it. She knew she needed to go have a colonoscopy, and she thought to herself one day, I guess I should go have that colonoscopy because I've got vacation time coming up. I might as well go do it during this vacation time because you have to drink all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And it was learned that she had colon cancer. Had she not
Wow.
had that little, to me that was a God moment. That was her little angel going, it's time. Because it entered her brain that I've got this time, I need to have this, I've been putting it off, and she went, had the colonoscopy, and she was diagnosed with colon cancer. But you're right, she was very early, and she's great today.
90% survival rate if it's caught in stage 1. I think Chadwick was stage 3 or 4 when he was diagnosed.
Right, so he was 43 when he died. I think he found out in 2016, so he's been fighting it for 4 years, so he was in his 30s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
So some of the symptoms, while we're on our health tip, are changes in your bowel habits, constipation, bleeding in your stool, significant unexplained weight loss, anything that seems off in your bathroom habits. Good time to go.
That's
get
right.
a
No one
colonoscopy.
knows you like you.
That's
So
right.
if
Be your own advocate.
Be your own advocate. Yeah, if something feels different. And I will say I absolutely loved him and Get On Up.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Black
Wow,
Panther.
So
Yeah.
sad. Yeah, it's Black Panther. Okay, well, we're going to talk about lines. I don't know why, but lines are interesting. Horizontal lines give you balance because horizontal is even with the earth. It just makes you feel calm.
Of course.
So if you need calmness, put horizontal lines even in your house where the wall meets the floor, it gives you balance. It just makes you feel good when you're at home. Because you see the lines. Vertical lines, vertical, because they're so high up, is when you feel so small. And it's a spiritual thing, because that's when you look higher than who you are, when you see a vertical line. And then diagonal lines give you energy, because they're like movement.
So I have
Very
a really quick question. When I talk on the phone, I doodle, and I doodle in lines.
Not scribbles?
No, they're lines, and I just do all kinds of different designs, and it ends up looking like something, but they're all lines.
So more like Etch-a-Sketch.
Sort of.
I've heard that's a sign of craziness.
I've heard that too.
That's it.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Anything do.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
That's it. Now we
interesting.
know. Save myself $200 at the.
Well, your doodling does tell.
It is a creative.
Yeah.
I mean, it does tell you something about yourself, supposedly.
Should do
But-
a show on doodling.
Yeah, we should.
Ooh, doodling. Okay, so talking about lines, like we were just thinking about this because we're like, what do we stand in line for? What do we not stand in line for? I get blown away. The
I
people
already
in
know.
line at Chick-fil-A, it's chicken, people.
It's delicious chicken,
It's
Carrie.
delicious, but my gosh, have you got 30 minutes to sit in line for lunch?
I've
I'm
got
not
it down
doing
to a
that.
science.
I'm not doing
What would you draw a line in the sand for? What would you be like? This
Like I'm drawing a line in the sand because
don't cross it.
Yeah.
Cross it. That's
You know, for me, I think it would be disrespect. I draw a line in the sand if I feel like someone's disrespecting me. Yeah.
I think I draw a line in the sand when you doubt or discredit my honesty.
Mm.
If I sense
You're
that,
questioning.
yeah, don't question my honesty
Mhm.
because, or my integrity. Maybe that's a better word. Don't question my integrity because if I say it, I mean it.
Mhm.
If I'm going to do something, I commit to it. And for someone to doubt that really is a line that I will not tolerate.
I just posted something in real estate because I think that happens to us sometimes in real estate is because some people look at real estate agents like used car salesmen. Some people that really are really real estate and have had a great experience understand the value we bring to the table when we
True.
are who we are. But some people, it's too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And then they question you, and I feel like that when they question me like that. Like, are you kidding me? You don't even understand what I'm doing for you right now.
You know, it was in The Godfather that said, "Don't mistake my kindness for weakness."
Yes.
Absolutely. So I think when people mistake my kindness for weakness,
Yeah.
that's probably my line in saying, like, I'm being kind to you, I'm giving to you, piggybacking on what you said,
Yeah.
but once you're taking advantage of me,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm giving, I'm giving out of the goodness of my heart. If you are perceiving that as you can take even more advantage,
You're wrong.
yeah,
You're right.
I'm out.
Don't you think it's that too good to be true thing that people just can't believe, especially in the world we're living in right now? How could somebody just have great integrity? How could somebody be standing on a line for me? Speaking of lines,
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
me on that
It's-
wall.
There you
That's
go.
right.
You know, another
Yeah.
thing is blurred lines. I'm sad to say that unfortunately in the world we live in today, in my opinion, there's too many blurred lines.
Mhm.
It used to be right was right, wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
And nowadays there are so many blurred lines, and I struggle with those because certain blurred lines, for some people, I see as very clear, very black and white.
Yeah.
And so those are some of the things I struggle with.
Speaking of, I would stand in line to vote
Yeah,
for my
me too,
next
absolutely.
president. I will stand in line to vote for my next president. That's for sure. I like that about what would you draw a line in the sand for?
Yeah.
Was yours kindness?
When people abuse your
Abuse
kindness.
your kindness.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think really we're all talking about disrespect.
Yeah.
Or
I think so,
failing, yeah, disrespect or shunning something that God might be putting in your path. Because,
Mhm.
I mean, I look at some different situations recently where people have really they've come away healthy financially through some
Mhm.
risky chances I've taken for them, and it's panned out. And don't question that.
Right.
Yeah. What? But speaking of Chick-fil-A, like, what would you stand in line for food? What is your oh my gosh?
I have
There's
one-
a grilled cheese food truck. I'm gonna stand in line. What would that be?
Hobbies Biscuits.
Yeah.
Because if we're on a trip
Does
or
that mean they
something, no,
Love Hardee's.
no, it means Hardee's has the best biscuits.
I know,
They
because
do.
you always
It's-
see the older men in there chewing the fat every
And
morning.
Hardee's, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Okay.
So, so if we're traveling or something and we want to run through Hardee's and get a biscuit, if that line has 4 people in it, Billy will not stop. And I'm like, you better turn right now. Because McDonald's doesn't cut it, Burger King,
Mm-mm.
there's nothing like a
No.
Hardee's biscuit. So yes, I
Wow.
will get in line for a Hardee's biscuit.
I don't know what's happening above us right now, but it's
We're
on the
working
show.
on the route.
You are not kidding about Hardee's biscuits.
Yeah.
They're
There's
amazing.
no one compares.
They're better than Cracker Barrel biscuits.
Yes, indeed.
They're good.
I'm a big Asian food fan. I
Would you
love
stand in line
sushi.
for Asian?
I would hibachi, sushi.
So much flavor.
I mean, I just like the. I
Yes.
get tired of the burgers and French fries. Now I love a good burger, but
Yeah.
that's kind of when we're talking about food. That's
Yeah.
my go-to.
So we've never been to Disneyland, Billy or
What?
us. Never have been. And I wouldn't stand in line at Disneyland.
Now, are you talking Disney World in
Disney
Florida or
World.
Disneyland in California?
She
You've never
needs
been to any of the Disney parks.
No,
She needs a
I
fast
would
pass.
not stand.
You do
in
need a
line.
fast
You need a
pass.
fast pass.
So everybody says it's totally worth it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on your mindset. I'm not really a roller coaster
I'm not
ride
either.
person. I mean, I like it's a small world after all. But yeah, I mean, I would do it for my kids, but unlike
Gotcha.
you, no.
Yeah, I don't want to stand in line for those
Well,
things.
speaking of something big like that, what about a concert? Who would you stand in line for a ticket for a concert?
Pitbull.
Now this is, this is assuming we don't have masks and COVID going on. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely Pitbull.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What about like a movie star to get an autograph?
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, cool. What about you? Concert and movie star.
I'm not sure. Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic
concert-
Mike.
Yes, he's hot. Concerts. You know what? In my old age, I think I'm crowd adverse. I need my own space. I don't like to be. I don't like to stay in the lines or be crowded. But
Yeah.
That's
we live in Music
interesting,
City. I
because you're the
know.
concert queen.
I know.
But we never have to. We never.
It's not like that here.
Well, Ascend is kind of the general admission, but normally we have assigned seats, or we're doing the general admission and we
Yeah.
just get there early, park our lawn chairs in the back. I can't stand for fighting crowds for things.
Yeah.
Now if it's an orderly line, maybe, but pushing through and clamoring and fighting and mosh pits and all that, I can't do it.
Yes,
So,
sons are growing older.
Yeah.
That's true. I like that when we're season ticket holders to the Alabama games, but I honestly would rather drive and hang out in Tuscaloosa and watch the game from one of the fun bars on the strip.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting there like this for 2 hours or however long, 4 hours sometimes. For a concert, I would definitely stand in line for Chicago,
That
Eagles,
would be a good one. Both of those.
Van Morrison. I'm kind of an older, like classic rock person, but
Yeah, I love Eagles.
yeah, that would be good. And for an autograph, I would have to say, and regardless of any political views, be in awe over Meryl Streep.
Really?
Diane Keaton. I'm in awe of Diane Keaton.
She's great. She's a great actress.
Is
She
she?
really, really is.
Yeah, she's cool.
Amazingly talented.
Cool chick.
Yeah.
And her turtlenecks.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have anything else?
Yeah, mine's
Hey,
in your
Lisa,
face.
what about our wrinkles?
Yeah, what are we gonna do for those?
Yeah.
I've never done Botox, but I'm about there.
I think with those, we just have to
Nothing
live
wrong with that.
them.
There's
What's that?
nothing wrong with it. If I had all kinds of money, I'll tell you right now, I'd be the first one in line getting surgery. It wouldn't bother me at all.
If I knew who did Dolly Parton's or Cher,
Oh,
Mm.
well.
I'm in. But I'm not going to someone who's going to screw me up and I won't look like myself anymore.
Of course, Rebecca would tell us drink your water,
Yeah.
which will plump up your
Yes.
skin, and hydrate.
Yeah.
Use moisturizer on your face.
I think she's all about the Botox too, right? Didn't she?
Yes, she is.
I think she
Yeah,
promoted that
loves-
on one show. She said
She
she does
does.
do the Botox. Yeah. But yeah, whatever you got to do to be happy, to
Right.
wake up and feel good.
Don't wear those lines in your clothing. I don't think anybody looks good.
Yeah, let's talk about put the lines in your wallpaper, not your
Not in your
outfits.
clothes.
Anyway, again, once again, we're at Champy's where we love it. It's so much fun, so much good food. Sometimes there's good
Yes.
beverages.
They take good care of us.
Yeah. Have a great week. That's the SOAR
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
See y'all.
SOAR.